After a zombie apocalypse in the Philippines, Francis and his family seek refuge at his parents' farmhouse. Haunted by past trauma, Francis's growing madness threatens to tear the family apart with tragic consequences. Get ready to relive the adventure as we recap the story of horror film today, Outside, production year 2024. The movie begins in the Philippines, where all major cities have been overrun by mindless, bloodthirsty zombies. The protagonist, Francis Abel, along with his wife Iris and their two sons, Josh and Lucas, manages to escape Manila and heads to his home village. They arrive at an old, seemingly abandoned house. Francis cautiously enters the house with a metal pipe and hears faint noises from upstairs. He discovers a dead man in a room who appears to have taken his own life and takes the man's gun and wristwatch. Outside, he encounters a zombified old woman, later revealed to be his mother, while the man inside was his father. Francis is forced to shoot the zombie. He then buries his parents in the cornfield and prepares to settle in the house. The family spends the night in the house, but Francis stays awake, keeping guard. In the morning, he confirms the water supply is clean and lets his sons use it, though Iris is unhappy about their new situation. Later, Francis and Josh explore a nearby house and find a radio, flashlight, chicken in a cage, and a dead man hanging from the roof. While retrieving the man's keys, Josh is hurt when the body falls, but Francis insists he handle it himself to build resilience. The family spends the night in the house, but Francis stays awake, keeping guard. In the morning, he confirms the water supply is clean and lets his sons use it, though Iris is unhappy about their new situation. Later, Francis and Josh explore a nearby house and find a radio, flashlight, chicken in a cage, and a dead man hanging from the roof. While retrieving the man's keys, Josh is hurt when the body falls, but Francis insists he handle it himself to build resilience. Exploring the basement, Iris and Francis find a generator, but no fuel. Francis recalls his abusive father locking him in the basement as a child. That evening, Iris suggests heading north, where the government has directed survivors, but Francis insists on staying for safety. The next day, Iris reveals that Josh is not Francis's biological son, explaining his harsher treatment. Despite his reservations, Francis agrees to head north for his family's safety. While driving, they encounter a barricade on a bridge. Iris attempts to clear it but attracts zombies. Francis shoots them, and the family narrowly escapes. Francis uses a grenade to eliminate the pursuing zombies, and the family returns to the house. Two weeks later, Francis fetches their van but lies to Iris that it's broken, preferring to remain in the house. He fuels the generator, delighting his family with electricity and music. However, when a dog kills their chickens and bites Francis, Iris urges finding medical help, but he refuses. Josh hears a radio broadcast about a nearby camp but cannot decipher the message fully. Tensions rise as Iris insists on leaving, but Francis remains adamant about staying. Francis begins to show troubling behavior, such as forcing Josh to learn to use a gun in a harsh manner. Gunfire attracts zombies, leading to a harrowing escape back to the house. Diego, Francis' estranged brother, arrives and rescues the family from a zombie attack. It is implied that Josh is Diego's biological son. Diego offers help, but Francis's pride leads to a confrontation. Diego leaves after giving a map to a northern camp. Francis later burns the map, changes his mind, though he lies to Iris about Diego's fate. As the days pass, the zombies grow weaker due to starvation. Iris and Lucas notice this, but Francis fabricates stories to keep them confined. During a family dinner, Josh reveals the existence of the map. Iris demands it, but Francis burns it in front of them. Tensions escalate as Francis becomes increasingly controlling. An injured soldier named Carrera arrives, seeking help. Iris tends to his wounds, learning about a nearby camp. That night, Josh secretly leaves to find Diego or the camp, admitting he considers Francis his true father, despite knowing his parentage. Discovering Josh's absence, Francis kills Carrera in a fit of rage and imprisons Iris and Lucas in the basement. Francis's sanity deteriorates further as he dons Carrera's military uniform and exhibits erratic behavior. Iris and Lucas plan an escape. When Francis investigates Lucas's screams, Iris knocks him out and escapes with Lucas. Outside, a zombified Diego attacks them. Francis intervenes, killing Diego but not before Lucas is bitten. Faced with the choice of amputating Lucas's arm or risking his transformation, Iris prepares for the former, but Francis insists on finding medical help. Francis retrieves the van, but is mistaken for a zombie by Josh, who accidentally shoots him. In his final moments, Francis forgives Josh and instructs him to save the others. The film ends with Josh returning with the van, but Lucas's fate remains grim.